Tonight's review brought to you in part by Kashmir Steak Shack. It have many lamb.
The Tuesday Night Movie Review!
Good evening and welcome
to the premiere of the Tuesday Night Movie Review.
I'm Fernando Rivera.
And I'm Phil Drankleberry. Tonight's movie was Anchorman.
Your last name is Drankleberry?
You've worked with me for years. You've never known my last name. We're roommates. Tonight's movie was Anchorman 2, directed by Adam McKay and starring Will Ferrell. Spoiler alert!
In this review, we're going to be talking about things that actually occurred in the movie. So, if you haven't seen the movie yet, you know...
If you haven't seen the movie, go see the movie, because we're going to be talking about the movie. That's what happens in a movie review. Don't
check yourself before you wreck yourself.
In the 70s, they were an elite unit, with names like Brick, Champ, Brian, and Ron. They rose like the phoenix, and then they were gone. Their legend became but a whisper, told by the trees, until now.
We're starting a 24-hour news channel, and we want you.
I'm gonna do the thing that God put Ron Burgundy on this earth to do. Have salon-quality hair and read the news.
Pros! Okay, so things that I liked about Anchorman 2 was that it existed. What did you like about Anchorman 2?
Well, there were definitely some pretty funny things that happened in it. Some of the jokes that were used, I didn't see coming.
I liked the character of Brick, played by Steve Carell. He was one of my favorite characters from the first Anchorman, and I think that he was probably one of the highlights of this.
Where did you get those clothes? At the toilet store?
It almost was less about Ron Burgundy and more about Brick for most of the movie, honestly.
I was about to say I appreciated that it went a little bit more in depth with each one of the background characters and brought in some diversity.
True.
I liked the big anchor fight at the end.
Yes.
I appreciated a lot of the actors that they brought in for that.
Or Ron Burgundy the whole time is going, does people not realize this is the ghost of Stonewall Jackson? Like, that was pretty good. Or what is that? It's a gun from the future. Where did you get it?
And they brought back Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Also.
Which you were saying last night was probably one of the things you...
It was one of the few roles I've appreciated Vince Vaughn in, unfortunately.
Can't say it. You can't say one word. Even the guy who can't think says something, you guys just stand there?
Some of the jokes were okay, though. Like, when he says, like, I am going to go the way of the ancient samurai, who, when dishonored, would hang themselves from a fluorescent lamp or something like that.
Oh, by the hymen of Olivia Newton-John!
Yeah, that's one that's like a repeated one. Like he would, that's a Ron Burgundy thing. And by the beard of Zeus or whatever.
Great Odin's raven.
Yeah. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think of things that I like because I can talk so much more about things I don't like.
This just feels right. The news team is back.
Welcome to the 80s, baby.
Is that your foot between my legs?
No.
Oh. It was my hand.
Cons!
Okay, I'm glad we're to this part because there's lots more stuff I didn't like about Anchorman 2 than there were that I liked, which is sucky because I
wanted it to be good.
Yeah, I wanted it to be...
But it was tough to sit through the whole thing.
Will Ferrell, I don't know if he had less writing on this one or something, but it wasn't, I don't know, the movie wasn't as funny as Anchorman, like, in a lot of ways, and, like, I feel like Will Ferrell himself is usually a lot funnier stuff.
I feel like one of the biggest reasons it wasn't as funny is because of the recycled humor. It was almost all the same jokes with a couple of different words.
And Will Ferrell also looks a lot older. I mean, I know it's 10 years after the first Anchorman, but I didn't really realize it until we watched the first Anchorman last night before watching this, and he like looks significantly like more chins. I wonder if Will Ferrell is actually tired of doing the same kind of shtick.
The first movie ended and that could have totally been the end, and everything would have been fine.
Yeah, that was weird. That I didn't even remember that. Like, I've seen Anchorman a bunch of times, but I didn't remember all that stuff at the end of the first one where he's saying
how Brick is like a top executive in the Bush administration.
This guy went on to do this
10 years
thing,
later, blah, blah, blah.
The plot felt to me like over the past 10 years in real time, all of the writers and people that worked on the first Anchorman were like just throwing out ideas all over the place, and like, but then they were just like didn't know what to do, so they just put all of them in there, and it was way too like like the first Anchorman was there was a basic, you know, he has to do better than the woman that's trying to throw him out, but then they end up falling in love, and then then they work together, cool, that's the end, and then all the jokes in between. And this one was like just all these ups and downs plots that had nothing to do with each other, and
having that much story and background and that much more attention to the other characters made them less funny, honestly.
None of the characters were really the same.
It's almost like they were forced to be there.
Yeah. When I saw Anchorman, the first one, for the first time, you don't know any of these characters, and you don't know what to expect at all. So like the whole thing that hits you, and you're like, oh, it's hilarious because I don't know this character at all, and then you're expecting certain things from the characters, and then they're not delivering.
Ron, where are you?
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
Don't get me wrong, there were plenty of times that I laughed throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like if you haven't seen the first Anchorman and you just watch this one, that you would probably appreciate it more. Because by itself, it is still a funny movie.
One thing I did think was annoying was that a lot of the jokes seemed to be like stolen, or at least very similar to Austin Powers jokes.
Yeah.
Like
there was a lot of Austin Powers in that.
He says at some point, he's like, I'm having trouble controlling the volume of my voice. Like almost the exact same way that Austin Powers says it. Yeah.
It was the mole joke.
The black. I was like, this is the same thing as the mole.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes, nice to mole you. Meet you. Nice to meet you, mole. Don't say mole.
Stop.
I said mole.
Stop.
Bye, mole.
Black. You're black. I'm terribly sorry. I don't know why I can't stop saying black.
I don't even know how to explain it. You could hear it was supposed to be the same kind of humor as the first Anchorman, like, or that Will Ferrell kind of stuff. Eastbound and Down. I can feel it in my plums. Stuff. I'm thinking I could hear that kind of thing trying to come out of a lot of the jokes in Anchorman 2, but then they just drew on way too long. I hated the stupid guy. He's like below the black lady in charge of them. He's like,
oh yeah.
I just thought he was really annoying. And
He wasn't first, especially because he was saying more things. But throughout the movie, his dialogue, it seemed to be less and less throughout the movie.
That was part of the whole like too many plots thing. Was like he has a love interest with her, but also Veronica still. And then at the end, she like doesn't give a shit that he chose Veronica. She's just like, okay, bye.
Yeah, see you later.
And
one more for the road. I would appreciate it more as a whole if it would have just stayed as the first one. There was actually, there was one scene, I don't remember specifically which one, it was like maybe a third to halfway into the movie, where there was something that they were all laughing about, then it immediately cut to them just straight faced.
It was
really unnatural.
I do hate Mondays. I hate Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays too. And then okay, so anyway, like
it wasn't even we stopped laughing. Okay, here we are. It was just frame.
Yeah, like boom.
It's like it wasn't even supposed to happen that way, and someone messed up the editing somewhere.
And along that same line, I feel like there was probably when the maid lady or whatever says like, your father's a very wise man, and Veronica turns to her and says, I will lock you in a closet. And that sounds like one of those lines where she, that redid a few times, like, I will do this thing, and I will do this thing. And if that's the case, I wonder why they chose, I will lock you in a closet. Like, that doesn't seem like the funniest one that they probably had to choose from.
I honestly thought that Veronica was going to be a cameo a little bit into
the movie. I did too. I
thought that was just going to be the end of her.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like,
now
she takes over for him. Yeah, that she takes over for him, and then she's not in the movie anymore. And I think that would have been actually probably better, because having her being involved in it the rest of the time just made it more.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Don't stop believing.
That's Jack Lime. Look at him. He's a prince.
He's not that great.
What'd you say? He said you're not that great.
Brick.
If you've seen the first Anchorman, you'll want to see the second Anchorman because you don't want to go throughout your life not knowing if you liked it or not.
Yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
However, if you liked it a lot, your opinion is wrong.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna have to give this one like a 4.3 out of 10. There's way more cons than pros.
Yeah.
Very few jokes that I could genuinely appreciate.
I'll probably have to give it like a 5. I don't know.
Are you debating on if that's too high or
yeah,
too
I'm
low?
debating if that's too high because...
It's definitely less than the 50%.
So, yeah, 5. I'll give it a 5.
Average score.
Average score.
Game time!
And now it's time for a game.
Liar, liar reference.
This evening we will be playing the Wikipedia Game. This is a game where we are trying to get to the Anchorman 2 Wikipedia page, and we're going to begin on a random page that we will be choosing here in a second. The object of the game is to get from that random page to the Anchorman 2 Wikipedia page using only clicking of hyperlinks on said pages on the way there. And we're going to be racing to see who can get to the Anchorman 2 Wikipedia page first. How we will be deciding the random page is through the use of this dictionary. I'm going to open to some page, and Fernando is going to point to the word. Fernando points to a word without looking. The word is enigma. Now, is this referring to the word enigma, or can we start on the page for Edward Nygma, aka the Riddler? So when we look up the word enigma, it brings us to the enigma may refer to, and from that we're going to choose something. So we're beginning with Enigma Tornado Outbreak, making our way to Anchorman 2. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, I'm going to start off here. Let's see. There's not any good things on here. Alright. Oh, yes. I know what I'm going to do here.
What have I got myself into?
Oh god. You gotta have this word on here. Please have this word on here somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? I'm gonna beat you, Fernando. Okay. This better have something. This better have it. Woo! I win. I went to Kentucky, and then United States, and then California, then San Diego. Movies set in San Diego, Anchorman, and then Anchorman.
I made it over to like the Academy Awards and just went down the list to find someone that was in the movie.
So this is patent pending on this game. You can't take it, you can't steal it. You can play it if you want.
Just don't tell anyone.
Credit us. But it's a good game. It's a good game. And I won, just as a reminder.
Special delivery!
Alright, so during this segment, we're going to be reading emails that you guys sent to us. If you have any comments or suggestions, do we have any to start with?
We do have one. This one says, "Hey Fernando, I'm a big fan. What is it like to work with someone as handsome and intelligent as Phil? He is quite the piece of man cake, and I would love to know what makes him tick." And that comes from James from Oregon.
Well, James, I can see you can understand greatness where it lies. But you're probably not too bad looking yourself.
Phil?
Huh? Yeah, what?
We didn't get an email.
What, you just read that from the guy?
I wrote that. The show just started today, so no one knows how to email us yet.
Oh. Okay, well, if you wanna email us, just let's send us an email. Alright, so we do these movie reviews every other week. The first week of the month is the very first that ever happened is probably like
Cro-Magnon.
Yeah, no, it's probably like God f***ing the Big Bang.
If you believe in that.
Which brings me to the question of the day. Why does everyone like The Big Bang Theory so much?
Oh my god.
I've watched one episode and wanted to like kill myself. Seriously, I do not understand this whatsoever, and it irritates the hell out of me that so many people are like, "It's so good."
Oh, I get to be a geek and watch.
It's so nerdy and intelligent.
It's so smart.
Yeah. So yeah, question of the day: if you like Big Bang Theory, I want to know why.
I want to like it.
I would like to watch it and
Just
enjoy
tell me why
it.
I should.
If you don't like it, cool. Neither do I. Leave a comment in the YouTube comment stuff down here. Back to what I was saying before. We do a review every other week. This first review of the month was a box office movie. So Anchorman 2, something that came out in theaters, is in theaters at the moment that we make the review. The second review of the month is something that you, the people, suggest to us. It is something that any movie at all. It could be any movie that's in theaters, on DVD, Blu-ray, VHS, Laserdisc, etc. You can email us at the previous email address we suggested, or tweet at our Twitter tweety thing at ChocoCatAway. You can suggest to us a movie that you think we should review. It could be any movie at all, ever. If it's like a really obscure, weird, independent movie that is really hard to access, then, you know, tell us how to get to it, and we'll watch it. We're going to put all suggestions into a hat or some sort of thing like that. Pull one out at random, that'll be the one that we do. So
please tweet at our tweeter.
Twit, lots of twites and twats. I can't say that. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, where you can get updates on all these reviews as they're coming out.
Thanks for watching our Tuesday night movie review. Be sure to grab your friends, your family, some random guy in the street, and tune in next time.
Only your dog. Don't bring anyone else.
No cats.
Bullseye.
Uh-huh.